Gemma Burden on the left-hand side, the English champion, averaged 212 over the 31 games. And on the left-hand side, all the way from Mexico City, and also averaged 212, Teresa Piccini. A great player, this girl. She's been around quite a while. She's been over before here. She's bowled in the Jersey Open, and she's represented Mexico in the World Cup and averaged, as I said, 212. This should be a good game, Steve.
Fine score by anybody's reckoning. When you think she's only averaged 3 or 4 pins less than some of the men, she's played very well. Good style, good balance. Just pulled the ball a little bit left. You know.
They call that the Brooklyn side,
They call
isn't
that
it?
the Brooklyn side, yeah. That's the dodgy side of New York, I believe.
Okay, this is the girl.
Yep.
They've been piling their way into City Bowl here at Nottingham to see this girl. She has a record of events that is longer than your arm is. Tell us about her. She's a great player.
She's still only, what, 18? You know, it's incredible. She won the World Cup 2 years ago in Brazil. This girl has got tremendous potential.
Yeah, she finished 4th in Belfast in the World Cup last year,
That's
which
right.
is, you mean, to represent your country twice at that level. Let's look at the style.
Very definite. That looks good. Excellent shot. Excellent shot.
Right, and watch it again in slow-mo.
Very similar line to the one Lee Anderson was shooting. Look at the ball now, just turned nicely through. That ball didn't deflect. That ball went dead straight through the pins.
Plenty of
Powerful
power in
shot.
there.
Yeah.
So they both start with strikes.
That right lane again, you see, ball just made a bit more ground. Simple spare though.
It's the 4-pin she's left standing there.
This should cause her no problems. Takes the spare ball out.
And the various different types of bowling balls.
Yeah.
Not quite as many as the men, I feel. And when we were watching the men, they had
No.
a lot more on the ball rack there.
But you'll also notice that her spare ball is very shiny to stop any friction, whereas her first ball, her strike ball, is actually quite dull, which is interesting because the men were using shiny equipment even on the first ball. So she's looking for all the grip she can get.
Okay, so Burden starts with strike 9 spare, happily enough, and the girl from Mexico, Teresa, is already 1 strike up in frame 1, going for a second strike. It's a good follow through. Looks
Yeah,
good.
you see that ball
Just
skate
didn't-
on?
Didn't come up.
That's right, that
Just
left leg.
didn't make its way back.
No.
Left the 2-pin.
But fortunately, you know, it's a simple regulation.
Well, as we said during the men's, the event has been tremendous. We had 6 girls from England finished in the top 12. 5th place was Nikki Harvey. 8th place was Pauline Book, who's won these championships before. 9th finish was Joe Harries. 11th, Rebecca Churcher. And in 12th place was Kimberly Oakley.
Yeah, the ladies did very well.
Good performance as we watch Teresa Piccini take up the spare. So they both started strike 9 spare, strike 9 spare.
Our ladies have done traditionally very well in this event. We've had many winners in the past. Good score that, Bernard, 269.
Great score for, we shouldn't say great chaos for a girl because they're just as good as the men. I mean, we've seen tremendous games bowled all during the week here. If you think that Gemma Burden has had 22 200 games and Teresa Piccini's had 21 plus 200 games. So it's not too much different in the men.
Their statistics are very similar for this game. Oh, that's a little bit wide. Yeah, she gave that ball a lot of room to come back. It's a tricky spare, you know, Bernard, because when the ball is turning like that, the gap between the 2 pins isn't large, but it's large enough for the ball to come across and maybe just take one of them and leave the other.
Hello, don't you be wishing anything wrong here.
Well, but you know, coming back to the performances of the English girls, we've got a great team of English girls at the moment. They brought home some medals in the European Championships. We're going to have some very, very strong lady players in the future. Team to be reckoned with.
Right.
Oh,
Well, I think
Murray
you
Walker
spoke- Did you speak too soon
I
there?
did a Murray Walker.
You did? Well,
She used the first ball, you see. It was the same ball she used for the strike ball. More friction.
well, these girls met earlier on this morning in the round-robin part of the event, and the result there was that Piccini shot a 256 and Burden shot a 192. So one would feel that Teresa has a little bit of an edge over Gemma.
certain amount of mental ascendancy, yeah.
256 was some game.
Yes. But I'm sure that
Now, Gemma.
she'll be just thinking about this one shot. And that's all she can do. She can only do her best for this one shot. Very nice, smooth delivery. That slid by as well.
Well, what happened there then?
Again, that left-hand lane is just holding up longer. In other words, the ball is skidding further before it's starting to hit that drier spot later on. So the ball just isn't making the move to the pins in time, and it's leaving them with these awkward splits. We call them washouts. So she's got to knock the head pin over onto the right-hand side. Oh dear.
That's a very strange shot now.
Well, she may have tried to... She's wiping her thumb there. It's possible she lost the ball in the heat. You know, it's very hot out there underneath the lights. She may have gone on the right-hand side to try and get the ball to bounce off the head pin and take the two. But it's a difficult spare.
Well, Gemma certainly needs to bounce back with a strike here.
That's right. Put that behind her and just get on with it.
Frame 4, this is, of our first step ladder final in the AMF British Open Championships, coming to you from the City Bowl in Nottingham. And this is Gemma Burden, the hope of all of England.
That's... Oh. It was a better shot. She made the adjustment.
And we've certainly got the ball up into the 1-3 pocket.
You can just see the difference with it between, you know, the men were getting the ball to just grab that little bit more at the end. The girls are getting the ball there, but it just isn't quite driving yet. It's all a case of, you know, you've got to balance the angles, the pace, and the amount of revolutions on the ball. It's not just as simple as putting it in the right place. You've got to deliver it perfectly as well. Oh!
Well, she left that a little bit sort of late.
Yeah, I think maybe she's just getting the ball coming off her hand a little bit too early.
No.
A lot of pressure down there.
It's got to be difficult for this girl, Teresa Piccini from Mexico. I mean, you know, although there are quite a few Mexicans that have come over to the British Open this year, we've had 24 different countries here.
Ah.
Nice little mixer there.
Mixer, yeah.
That's what
Ball
you
held
get.
its line. He didn't drive, but late mix just caressed the 7-pin out there. The Mexicans have done very well this year. Danny Falcone there, who also plays for Mexico, he made the final.
That's him in the red shirt now.
Yeah. He did well in the World Cup in Brazil also. I think he came third.
That's right, he did. And he's here giving Teresa some very helpful hints.
Ooh, wait.
Gosh, that was lucky.
Yeah.
Watch this again. Look straight through the head pin,
Yeah.
where normally you'd get a split from it, but she managed to get the 7-pin down.
She nearly got double luck.
Why?
That would have been a nice double for her.
Well, it's still there.
Yep.
And she's going to have to take... no problem to her.
That's okay.